Kind of decided from an early age to stick with baseball and set my focus on it.
And he was on actually 2 teams at one time. It was an emotional game. He felt a pop in his elbow.
So everybody sort of lost interest when he got hurt, except for Bradley.
For anybody that asks me about it, I always recommend that they go up to Alaska.
It's a very small percentage of people to get to do that.
It's been a real growing experience as a person. You get to experience so much and go through so many different things that you really get to grow as a person.
Well, they started playing t-ball, the usual, was it like they're 5 or 6, I guess?
6 years old, yeah.
It was kind of the game my parents were most interested in, also it's like the game I liked the most, also was the one I was the best at. So I kind of decided from an early age to stick with baseball and set my focus on it.
His friends were in it, and so that sort of snowballed into him really enjoying it. And Tyler, our younger son, they're only 1 year apart in school, so we pretty much started about the same time. And we're on the same team for the first couple of years, which made it easy for us.
They were good friends. They were very close. They've always been really close. And even in high school, they were on the same team together, so it was kind of nice watching them grow up playing baseball together. Ryan was always a pitcher. Tyler was always a really good hitter. They weren't competing at all, but they both had different interests, but they definitely support each other and respect each other.
I started playing travel ball when I think I was 14, all the way up until I was a senior in high school.
He went on travel teams that were more elite, and we would travel, all over the Midwest, out east. Got a lot of exposure, and he was on actually 2 teams at one time. So there was a lot of baseball, which we loved. It was our life for a long time, and it still is.
First of all, I think it helped because I played a better level of competition in travel ball. And also because I got to play with a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities and backgrounds, so that helped me adjust to the college life when it's a large roster of 35 guys from different backgrounds and different areas.
At that age, it starts to become, almost a year-round sport. Obviously all summer, and then there tends to be fall ball, and then there's working out and individual private pitching lessons. Obviously he met a lot of good friends along the way, not only from his teams, but workouts and that sort of speed and agility type training. So it was really focused on it.
So focused, matter of fact, we always tried to get him to play basketball in high school because we thought that would be good cross training. And he just wanted to focus on baseball. I
had Tommy John when I was 17 years old, and I tore it when I was 16.
Dave was with our other son at a tournament. I went with Ryan to Georgia, and he was pitching really well, and then he said he felt a pop. It was an emotional game. He felt a pop in his elbow, and he just knew that he thought it was his ligament. Since that time in Georgia, I think that was 2014, and that was after his sophomore year of high school, which he did really well his sophomore year of high school.
I couldn't do anything with my right arm for about 4 months.
Yeah, it wasn't really until his senior year of high school that he recovered enough to start pitching again, and that was probably, he didn't start pitching until March.
My right arm was about the size of my pinky finger for about 3 months after that. It was hard to watch and all my teammates, me not being able to help. I was lucky enough to come in contact with a lot of different people who played college or professional baseball, had the injury, and gave me some advice. And I'm also really thankful to the doctor who did my surgery and all the people who helped me rehab along the way to help me get to where I am now.
So everybody sort of lost interest when he got hurt, except for Bradley.
The former pitching coach, Coach Scully, came out and saw a couple of my games, and I was able to talk to him on the phone a couple of times, and then remain in contact with him until I got onto campus.
We went and saw the campus, and we're very familiar with Peoria, and always thought Ryan would fit in a smaller school as opposed to a big 30,000 student university. So it was a good fit for him.
I committed Bradley the spring of my senior year of high school.
I played summer ball in Alaska for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. And so I met some Bradley guys, Cole Cook, Ryan Hodgett, Eli Rawlinson.
The old pitching coach hooked me up with the general manager there. They offered me a summer contract and then set me up with host parents. And then so I went up there for the summer and played, and yeah, it's just an experience I'll never forget.
I ended up throwing the ball really well, and Cole and Ryan really played a big role. And
we were always hanging with Joe, like, hey, you should come to Bradley, you should come to Bradley. And he was like, yeah, sure, like put me in contact with the coach. And sure enough, we got him in contact with the coaches.
And so it ended up working out. I committed. I didn't really know much about the campus or anything, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play baseball, and it's been great.
Me and Jed were really good buddies up there, and we continue to be good friends up to this day.
Ryan loves to fish. I think if he could fish professionally, he would. But yeah, he loved the environment there. He caught the hiking bug. He loves to hike now.
And I tell you what, it was well worth it. For anybody that asks me about it, I always recommend that they go up to Alaska.
We're still really good friends with his host family. Matter of fact, they just came to visit us a couple weeks ago.
A typical week was like, we'd play probably 5 or 6 games, and on our off days, like we'd go on a hiking trip or we'd go fishing, and then before the games, we'd usually just hang out with our host parents and their little son. Sometimes we'd go to his little league games and stuff and cheer him on.
It's taught him a lot of mental toughness, going through the injuries. Like I said, he's a very resolute guy, and I've seen him mature so much. I don't know, it's been great as a parent to see Ryan.
You get to go another 4, in Ryan's case, 5 years of extra baseball. It's a very small percentage of people to get to do that. And we've gotten to travel again, meet a lot of friends.
It's been a real growing experience as a person. You get to experience so much and go through so many different things that you really get to grow as a person. You just get to forge memories that you'll never forget. It's been an unbelievable experience that I think will end up being some of the best times of my life.